So how does a person go about finding out what they believe beyond kind of what they're conditioned to or raised to believe? How do you find
I
out your own?
find, yeah, you do it by realizing what you don't believe in. What you don't believe in will be what you believe in on the other side.
Hmm.
If you don't believe, if you, I bet you can write down a list, give yourself a little time, 20 or 30 things that you don't like and you don't believe in. And that'll develop a cycling pattern to where you'll see when those come into your life what happens to you, how you react or how you respond. I choose to be polite and evasive. If somebody says something that what I found is I don't like mean people. I don't like people who come into social situations are scared of themselves and try to bully people so they can feel better. So what I learned, I said I don't like that. What I believe in is gentility and kindness with humor. So if somebody approaches me and says something to bait me, I smile and say, "Excuse me," and I walk away. It's very easy to do that. I don't owe them anything, but you will find out what you believe in by what you don't. And it's almost easier to do it that way because you know what you don't like. The problem is admitting it. That's what's hard. Well, do I have permission to admit? Yeah. And other people, ask other people, what do you like? What do you think I don't like? Well, you'll get a list. If I was to ask my husband, I could see him, he would sit there and he'd think, am I getting trapped? Because she'll come back later and said, well, you said I don't like that. So I shouldn't do that. Oh my God, marriage is we're all insane. But if you sit in right and then maybe have, your beloved look over that and say, what do you think of this? And I did that with Tom and he said, you wrote this? I said, yeah. He said, well, that's pretty good, but it scares the hell out of me. I said, why? He said, because you do a lot of this stuff. Oh my God, there it is.
Oh, isn't
You
that the
see. It is. And it takes us right down to wanting to kick ourselves on the other knee. I'm like, God, why do I do this? Because I get away with it. We get away with so much until it gets to a crisis point and we're off our path and the guardian angel puts up a big stop sign or a roadblock and we run into it. So, considering what you really believe in, you can probably name 5 of those things pretty easily. What do you believe in? I can do that pretty easily. And then after that, we get into, well, is it okay if I believe in this? Well, what happened if I believe in this? Then what will that make me do? How do you enact this in the physical world? Me, as a research analyst, my mind never shuts off. It just doesn't. I'm always, not always. I'm pounding that pavement in my mind to ask if this is really, really true. But find out what you don't like, what you don't believe in. Go from there.
It's a good place to start because it also gives you an idea of where you what you need to have boundaries around, and it helps you kind of place yourself in the world a little bit.
When I did it and I got to page 2 and I turned the page, I wrote some stuff. Then I went, wait a minute, didn't I already write that? I had written it twice before. The same thing. So I thought, well, I really must not like that. You think? Your subconscious knows and remembers absolutely everything that has ever happened to you, every imprint, everything. It's all in there. And can we access that? No. I don't care how much so called meditation, you're not going to, because that's a protective mechanism to try to keep you moving forward. So when you have that list, a lot of times what I did, I said, oh my God, I got 2 full pages here of things that I know I don't like. Some of it was behaviors of me, some of it was behaviors of other people, some of it was food, some of it was how certain things smell. It's all about the physical senses or my reactivity to the world. I thought, okay, I'm going to turn the paper upside down, turn it around a couple of times, turn it over, keep my eyes closed, and point to one. Well, darn, guess which one I pointed to? That same damn thing that I'd written 2, 3 times. And I thought, what is my subconscious telling me? And at that time, I was just starting my recovery work. Um, the second layer of it, not the prime stuff. As far as working in a relationship with Tom, when Tom and I got married 15 years ago, I was in a new phase of learning how to work really with somebody in a marriage. It scared the hell out of me because I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know. And honestly, today, where those papers are, I have no idea. I probably threw them away. But it showed me that the subconscious knows. So I think what happened was in the dream state, I learned to work those things out a lot. But I've still got a big list of what I don't like. But I've become sure of my value system. I'm old, I'm a crone. I'm an old Montana housewife. Things change. But you want to know more of who you are. Because if you don't know what you like and what you don't like, pretty much, you'll get hooked in. Then you'll feel bad about it later on.
Yeah, that's not feeling bad gets you stuck in the cycle of kind of repeating old patterns and not really being who you are here to be.
We can be predatory to ourselves. We can be abusers to ourselves. We can really predate on us about things that we feel guilty about because we get more out of the guilt than we would fixing it.
Yeah, that's relatable.
Well, it's human life, honey. Everybody does it, some more than others. It's if we looked at each other's lists, we'd probably laugh. Like, you think that's no big deal. Well, it is to us, but we're predators on ourselves. We drive ourselves crazy.